Okay, so basically, one of the things that we want to talk about this morning is just basically the state of affairs with inspections and also just simply building a home business. That's a thing that like I find also is in itself a whole different topic. What I mean by that is basically you can do inspection work and really where it's like a part-time job and stuff, but building a business really it's something I talk about more with other forums and that kind of thing. It's not so much a matter of just simply getting work, but just basically creating sustainable system. And really, what that means is that you're not only able to generate leads for your business and to consistently have this some people call it a sales funnel and stuff, but really to me it's about having that duplication of effort that like where it's things get easier and easier. So let's think of it another way, like certainly we all know that kind of cliche about the Rolling Stone gets no moss and stuff. And really, when you have a business, that's really what happens as well. Is that like once that momentum is going and stuff like that, you will find that over and over again, the sales just will keep coming in, and that it takes less and less effort and resources that you have to feed into the momentum. So another example of that is with Facebook ads recently. That's been like kind of a lot of folks have been really using Facebook ads. I've used it to a limited degree, to be honest, and I need to really learn more about that, and that's one of the things that's been my goals and stuff. Um, but the idea of it is once you have developed a good sales machine with Facebook ads, the costs per clicks go down considerably. So that's the thing about like I wanted to kind of talk about today um, is in fact what it takes to basically build your home business with like for field inspections, for like mystery shopping, and really like some of the things I would say that like is number one is basically having identified what are the good source of leads for the field inspection assignments or the mystery shopping, and a lot of that, to be honest, is building relationship with your key clients. Um, so who that is really like you'll find that once you have established a relationship with some these mystery shopping companies or these field inspection agencies, they will come to you with the work. I mean, that's the bottom line. And where that's like I was saying, where like it's less about putting more and more resources into it. That like after a while, they like I've had agencies that's worked with where year after year they would send me to the same locations, and like where it makes contacting the either the property managers or the owners a lot easier because they know you from before. They expect you. If you develop the rapport at different times, ideally, they'll even say to the mystery shopping, or excuse me, the field, the inspection agencies, hey, like, can you make sure we get John? Like, I mean, I've had that happen different times. And I'll tell you, like, when the your agency hears that, that's like, worth its that's worth gold. I mean, where different times you don't have to like basically contact them and say, hey, like, do you have any assignments coming up? Instead, they're the ones who are basically telling you that like hey, like we've got these assignments. Can you do these and stuff? Sure, absolutely. So other than that, I would say that what you want to do is to uh, basically get down your procedures where then it's a refined process. When I say that, I'm talking about that like everything from the contacting your the property managers and the owners to actually getting to the locations to writing reports. Once each of these things are smoothed out, I have a video that I basically talk about how to get back your time, and really that's what that's about, is partially about having systems in place where I'll be honest, one of the things that I'm really bad about is that I try to make things so based on creativity, and where different times I'm reinventing the wheel unnecessarily. And but what I've done though over time is to get better at developing systems that where when I contact somebody to schedule the inspection, I know exactly what I'm going to say with them. It's whether you call it a script or not. To me, a script, when you're contacting a property manager for the first time, it's really not so much that you're going to be saying things word for word off of this script, but it's like just having that framework for what you're going to say. It's the same thing as like I actually host these different live events where I interview guests. Having those questions handy allows me to basically fall back on them different times when I'm like kind of either stuck for some reason, or that like the discussion stalls and stuff. So that's basically what you're doing, is just it allows the flow that you want to have when you have these conversations with the contacts you make and stuff. It also gives them a sense of confidence that what you're doing. I mean, that's the thing that like when you have that your spiel, so to speak, down, that allows them to get the sense that you haven't. This isn't your first rodeo. You've done this before, and that like especially for somebody that you haven't spoken with before. If when you, like I said, if when you have the contacts you've met with before, the past years, past inspections and stuff, that's easy. That's like kind of where pretty much all it is kind of like the logistics at that point of like, okay, where is usually pretty much the building itself. One is like just the only real thing that you're down to needing to focus on. And that's really what you're doing with a script, is that then you're narrowing down the things of what it takes to get the inspection scheduled and done. I mean, and then so the inspection itself, what I different times, like people will ask me when we're at the site, like, hey, where would you like to start? I usually say from the roof. One of the main reasons I find is that the roof tells you a lot about how they maintain the building. It's funny how I've seen that over and over again, that like if it's a roof is pristine, that shows that like they like the almost like 99% of the times, that might be a slight exaggeration, but basically that's true though, that like the rest of the inspection will go really smoothly. The other facilities will be immaculate. I mean, they might have one trouble tenant and stuff like that, but for the most part, the building will be really mint condition practically. The other thing is that it just, it's just logistically easier. I mean, once you go to the top of the building, then you're just working your way down. I mean, that's another reason why to go to the roof and stuff. So that's the two main reasons I'd say. And so that's one of the things that I do, pretty much as a standard on site. And then for the writing the report, as you know, at different times I've shared templates. And, if you've taken my course before, that's one of the ways that like, and in fact, that's carried over to mystery shopping as well. That like when you have these templates, it's not to say that you're going to copy things word for word. It's basically, again, making things simple where then you're filling in the blanks of the particular details of the inspection or the mystery shop that you're doing. So, again, you're not like, I'm not talking about like where you're just basically blindly copying the text and stuff, because different times, never mind the address, never mind the conditions and stuff don't meet and stuff. or match up. You different times you simply have to, of course, report what you see and everything. But what you find with the report forms being standardized, that a lot of it is pretty much, like kind of just it's not canned per se, but it's basically where it's routine, and that's really different times. A lot of what this is like, it's a routine inspection for the lenders that you're doing, or for the other agencies that whoever it is that like is asking you to go out on this annual inspection stuff. And basically, what you're looking for is what is out of the ordinary. So that's really the bottom line for, whether you're doing mystery shop or field inspection stuff. And really, that's what these folks are asking you to do different times, is just basically let them know, what is it that's kind of out of the ordinary that's going on and stuff. Um, so that's pretty much the main things that I would say that what we're doing different times with a inspection is that, and making it into a home business, is that like we're taking things that are, different times, inspections can go different ways and stuff, different work with assignments with different agencies can go different ways. So when we standardize, we make things kind of simpler. That's really where, like kind of, it's the idea also of like willpower, right? Where each morning we get up, there's a certain amount of willpower, and and you certainly feel it. Like by the end of the day, you're just kind of like, done, right? And so that's the thing. That's willpower that you're feeling and stuff. That like you start off fresh and you're ready to go, and then as the day goes on, little decisions come in. Like what to eat in the morning. Which route to take. To the degree that you can minimize decisions and stuff that you have to make, that allows you, frees up your willpower for making the other decisions of like, should I, advertise on Facebook? Should I send an email to, like contact this agency? Should I apply to this mystery shopping company and stuff? So that's one of the things that like, what I found finally, as much as I love creative work and stuff, but you don't want to spend your willpower, and which also translates into creative energy, on things that should simply be routine, which is of course scheduling the work of getting reports done and stuff, because not only different times you'll need to kind of improvise and use creativity on location, like for example, if like the person doesn't show up, what do you do and stuff? That takes a little bit of creativity, not necessarily a lot. Usually you end up calling them. Usually it was just like they're running late or stuff like that. But other times, maybe like, you need to make a command decision like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and just do the inspection anyway. I kind of take whatever photos I have, so then I have something to show the person I'm reporting to. I'm sure for mystery shopping, you have similarly different times that like they'll ask you, like you show up and in fact the site is closed. Like kind of. Granted, sometimes they will say, like, hey, we need to have you check to make sure that it's not closed and stuff. And those situations, then of course do that. But other times, like I've had assignments where that, as far as everybody knew, it was the place was open and stuff, but things happen. Then if you want to at least get possibly paid half the amount or something for your time and stuff, then at least take photos, get whatever information you can and stuff, and then take that with you. And then that way, at least you have something to report. And that's really it. So these are just some of the things I wanted to cover today. Let me know if you find value with doing these talks and stuff, and we'll have them in the future again. This is actually also a me testing out this platform. I haven't really used, like kind of Huzzah. So this is my first time doing it. So thanks again for, kind of tuning in and stuff. Like I said, hopefully we'll have kind of other sessions like this to basically connect with you. What I really find most valuable, real quick, is that it's not even so much me talking and sharing my knowledge and stuff, but really when I can get other inspectors to share their experiences, and what it is that's like working out in the field. I would ideally would love to bring in different guests who are, like folks like Richard Law or Pam from IMSC and stuff, to talk about what they're seeing in the industry. That's where like we really all benefit. Is like when folks are sharing their experiences, their knowledge and stuff with others. Because I'm just one voice, I'm just one person and stuff like that. And certainly I do have different experiences to share, but it really amplifies, when we are each sharing from, because another way to think about it is that then it's not only me and, like kind of my experiences here out in Southern California or Northern California stuff, but then it's like inspectors out in Colorado or East Coast or, other parts of the country, because different times we're seeing other things going on in the field, and that's a great thing to do, is just to simply share our experiences, lend each other our experience, like kind of what we're seeing and stuff like that. So thanks again for watching, and until next time.